All right, we are live. Welcome to another live stream here on the channel, Manny Ramos Motivation. Hope you can take something away from this, maybe just guide you towards the right direction to prevent weakness. One thing that I would like to say to all my members, clients, is that nobody should be living their life weak and unhealthy, but it is hard work, that's the thing. But we can make that hard work a lifestyle. It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm gonna give you some ideas, some knowledge, some motivation so that you can prevent weakness. And as you can read from the title, the only way to prevent weakness. The only way to prevent weakness. We're gonna be talking about that throughout the live stream. But if you have a question, comment, or concern, feel free to leave it in the comment section, in the chat. I'll answer it here. It can be anything: fitness, nutrition, training, the Marine Corps, even YouTube, whatever you want to ask, feel free. All right, I'm here for you. We're gonna try to stay motivated through our whole lifetime. We only have one life, so let's see how good we can build the body. Why? Because we ain't got no time for weakness. Didn't I just tell you? We ain't got no time for weakness. We got things to do. We got things to do, and we want to prevent heart health issues, prevent feeling lethargic, not having energy, not being able to do the things that we love to do, something that we've been wanting to do for a long time. We might be preventing ourselves from doing so because of weakness. All right. So the best way to prevent weakness is going to be to renew the mind, to start on the mind. Our motto here in Manny's Gym and Bootcamp is mind first, the body will follow, and just strive. That is our motto right there since 2009. Since 2009, and it's been true all this time. It's been helping us out throughout our workout regimens, our nutrition regimen, so on and so on. Another thing that we usually say is get fit, stay strong, or get stronger. So first get fit, right? First get fit, stay strong, or get stronger. It depends what you want to do. All right, so 80-20. I'm also going to be talking about 80-20. I'm going to be talking about intermittent fasting. I'm going to talk about water intake. Very, very crucial to make sure that you're continually consuming the right amount of water daily in order for you to prevent weakness. Okay? A lot of times we are lethargic. We feel just burnt out. We feel weak because of that. We are dehydrated. All right, we're dehydrated. So the best way is going to be mind. Get the mind right. That's going to be the best way. Get the mind right. And it takes time. It takes time to get the mind right. It takes time. It's been studied and proven that it takes around 3 weeks to develop a brand new habit. It's easier to develop a new habit than to break it. Okay? What's the number one killer in the United States? The 10 leading deaths. 10 leading causes of deaths. This I'm on an article right here that was posted about less than a year ago. Number 1, heart disease. Crazy. Number 1 is heart disease. And how do you prevent heart disease? Workout. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. Whatever muscle you have, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Even if you didn't develop muscle mass throughout your time. You're born with muscle. You have some kind of muscle. You have some amount of muscle in the body. Even though you didn't train for it, you didn't work out for muscle or anything like that, you're still going to develop some muscle as you grow, right? Because of your movements, physical activities, so on and so on. But as we get older, you start losing that muscle. You start losing that muscle. So if you don't use it, you'll lose it faster. You lose it faster. So I'm always gonna retract back to the title. The only way to prevent weakness. Weakness involves heart health issues, heart disease. So I'm looking at if you're just joining me, I'm looking at an article that shows us the 10 leading causes of death. And number 1 is heart disease. Number 2 is cancer. Number 2 is cancer. Wow. Number 3 is unintentional injuries. Unintentional injuries, taking too many risks. Taking way too many risks that you weren't waging what it involves, right? I'm guessing. Unintentional injuries, wow. Number 4, chronic lower respiratory disease. Chronic obstruction pulmonary disease, bronchitis, emphysema, asthma. I used to have asthma myself as a kid growing up. I used to have asthma. Man, I couldn't sleep at night. I still remember till this day, I'm still semi-traumatized. Because man, you know, middle of the night, you wake up gasping for air. Feels like you're gonna die. So you take like a deep breath, you take another one, and then you blow it out. It was crazy. I still remember till this day. And I think I was like, man, I was young. I was under 10 years old. And I don't have none of that now. Now I can run miles and miles, you know. And so if anybody thinks that you cannot get rid of asthma, you can. Number 5 is stroke and cerebral vascular disease. Wow. Strokes. And that's why we need to understand the only way to prevent weakness, to prevent these things from happening to us. You know, we can keep it as simple as just preventing weakness. That's it. If you prevent weakness, you'll prevent the majority of these 10 leading causes of death. So, and what did we say? The mind, right? The mind, renewing the mind, start learning the basics, right? Basic exercises, and then nutrition, the basics on nutrition, the basics on your water intake, the basics on sleeping patterns, making sure you have your sleep, stuff like that. When it comes down to like strokes and stuff like that, that's the fifth leading cause of death is strokes. A stroke, sometimes called a brain attack, happens in one of 2 ways: a blocked artery or a ruptured artery. A stroke, sometimes called a brain attack, occurs when something blocks blood supply to part of the brain, or when a blood vessel in the brain bursts. In either case, parts of the brain become damaged or die. Wow, a blockage of an artery that blocks the blood supply to the brain. Yep. Too much sugar, too much salt, so on and so on. Not enough proper nutrition, not enough vitamins, minerals in order for your body functions to function properly. Alzheimer's disease is the 6th leading cause of death. Alzheimer's. You know, it's interesting because we pass a lot of information here on supplements, tools to help you. You know, tools to help you achieve your goals or to prevent weakness, right? Once you learn these things, because remember we said the number one way, the best way to prevent this is to renew the mind. The mind comes first, the body will follow and just strive. The reason, my point is that we were just actually talking about this right here. Creatine. Creatine actually helps you to prevent Alzheimer's disease. You get creatine from red meats, and your body also produces natural creatine as well. But a lot of times, if our nutrition is not on point, then you are lacking on creatine, right? The body can only produce so much. It produces creatine itself, but then it also grabs it from red meats. And I take creatine because, you know, it gives you an extra energy source. It's not caffeine. So what it does is it converts ADP to ATP. It's like an energy source from glucose. Instead of once the body uses glucose, it breaks it down, and whatever's left of it, it disposes of it. But now with creatine combined, it grabs whatever it usually disposes and rebuilds more energy. So you'll have more energy to work out better, to go harder, go longer, so on and so on. And it also helps you prevent Alzheimer's disease. It's good for the brain. So that was number 6. Number 7 leading cause of death that causes death is diabetes. That's number 7. So let's run through all the first 6 real quick before we enter number 7. Number 1, heart disease. Number 2, cancer. Number 3, unintentional injuries. Number 4, chronic lower respiratory disease. Number 5, strokes. And number 6, Alzheimer's disease. Number 7, diabetes. Too much sugar, too much bread, too many carbs. The body converts most of the of the food people eat into glucose. That's what I was just talking about earlier, right? It's simple sugar, which it can then use for energy. The pancreas, an organ near the stomach, makes a hormone called insulin to move glucose from the bloodstream into the cells. But so what diabetes does is it prevents you from making that insulin. So now there's no insulin for it to do its body functions and to move the glucose from the bloodstream into the cells, right? Diabetes can cause serious health complications, including heart disease, blindness, kidney failure, and the need for amputation of the lower extremities. We need to be careful with that. Pneumonia is number 8. Influenza and pneumonia. I've heard of that, man. Influenza or flu is a highly contagious viral infection. It is one of the most severe illnesses of the winter season. Yeah. Number 9, kidney disease. How do we get kidney disease? So it develops in stages. Kidney disease develops in stages, and it does not usually cause symptoms until its most advanced stage. So undergoing regular screenings can help reduce a person's risk of dying from kidney disease. Wow. Right? Yeah, kidney disease. Diabetes is the most common cause of kidney disease. So from diabetes, you develop kidney disease. Yeah. Wow. So heart disease and obesity can contribute to the damage that causes kidneys to fail. So there you have it. Those are the 10 top. Oh, actually, number 10 is suicide. Yeah, suicide. Man, when a person dies by suicide, they may have lived with mental health conditions such as depression, anxiety, or bipolar disorder for a long time. Yeah, and that's why I said earlier, the mind, right? You gotta get some peace of mind as well. So I'm glad that we went through this. 10 leading causes of death right now. Number 1, we said it was heart disease. Number 2, cancer. Number 3, unintentional injuries. Number 4, chronic lower respiratory disease. Number 5, stroke and cerebral vascular disease. Number 6, Alzheimer's disease. 7, diabetes. 8, influenza and pneumonia. 9, kidney disease. And 10, suicide. Yeah. So that's what we're doing here. We're not only getting in shape, we're also preventing a lot of these things. And that's what I remind my members a lot. I tell them, a lot of times if you're just maintaining, because they lose weight in the beginning, they lose a good amount of weight, they build a little bit of muscle here and there, and then they kind of go stagnant for a little bit. And one thing we got to remember, that although you are stagnant and you're still working out, at least you're preventing any heart disease, any illness and stuff like that. So and you stay strong. Once you tweak your meal plan, once you tweak your workout a little bit, then you can start seeing more results, depending on what your goals are, right? Depending on what your goals are. I'm gonna try not to make these videos too long. I tend to stay on here for a very long time. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. Hit the little thumbs up button before you leave the video if you like these videos. Stay motivated. Subscribe if you're new here. I'll be making this constantly. Check out my regular videos. I just posted a follow along workout that you can do anywhere on my regular videos, and also my regular live streams as well. Okay, so check them out. I'll see you next time. Take care, be safe. Mind first, the body will follow, and just strive.